Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
Maybe we revive it here with Rudy Sizzle. Hi, Rudy. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Good, man. What are you doing right now? Are you on your way to work? What's going on today?
I'm just chilling at work in my truck right now.
Excellent. So, make a little money while you're on the clock. I like the way you're thinking. The game is No Time to Google. The prize is 100 American Doll hairs, and here's how it's going to work. Kat's going to whip out a question, and you're going to give us the right answer within 5 seconds because there is no time to Google it. If you can do that 3 times, we can give you $100 along the way. You may stumble. If you do, just say Lifeline, and we'll help you out by playing some music from the year you chose, which is the year 2000. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm going to do my best not to make any references to the movie whatsoever. So, Rudy, here is your very first question. But remember, there is no time to Google.
What normally brings you good fortune if you break it on Thanksgiving?
A wishbone.
That is correct. That's exactly right. You're right.
You're totally right.
Which is actually, it's a wishbone, which is the offense that Notre Dame ran in the movie Rudy.
It was not. No, it wasn't.
I think it is. I think they ran the wishbone back then.
Stop that.
I know the wishbone offense.
If it's the smaller end, do you win? Or
you got to get the big end.
The big end.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
You'd
All
never
right.
know. Question number 2. There is no time to Google.
What does the F stand for in FBI?
Federal.
That is correct. That's exactly right. You're right.
You're totally right.
Female body inspector. That's why it's funny.
Right.
All right.
Oh, wait, are you actually laughing at that, or is there somebody in your truck with
Do
you?
you have an other guy's lover?
No, I'm laughing. No.
Okay, good.
Rudy,
No, I'm laughing.
Okay. Have more respect for yourself than to laugh at something like that. Here comes.
Female body inspector? That's funny. It's funny. That's your laugh, Rudy? Is that
Nope.
Is that really your laugh?
Yes.
It sounds like a female.
You got me. No, there's no female in here.
Okay.
Just me.
Okay, that's cute. It's
Last
cute.
question,
Okay.
Rudy. This one's for all the money, and you still have your lifeline, so you are sitting about as well as a Rudy could be. Thanks to our friends at Sylvan Learning Center. There is no time to Google our final question.
Which state is called the volunteer state?
Lifeline.
Yeah, this is Tennessee, right?
You're the only 10 I see.
So here it is, Rudy. All that stands between you and $100 is 5 seconds of the following song. You're going to hear 5 seconds of a jam from 2000. When it's over, you will then have 5 seconds to give me group and title of this very popular song. Who let the dogs out?
Yeah, I can't think. I know it.
Just
Wrong.
Rudy.
Wrong.
Rudy.
You're wrong.
Kat, everybody knows it's Who Let the Dogs Out by
Baha Men.
the Baha Men, yeah. You're never going to ever forget that now, huh?
Nope. I mean, I knew it. I just couldn't think of it.
Yeah, all right. Right. It's a popular, excuse.
When I found out the background of Rudy, I just checked out. The fact that he whined that he didn't have enough money to go to Notre Dame and put me on the football team.
That's not how it worked.
Sure.
You've seen like
That's
2
what
minutes.
I heard.
You have seen 2 minutes of the movie.
I didn't make the team. Somebody make a call. Make it happen.
Is that the way your whole life has gone so far, Rudy? You get stupid Notre Dame gifts and stuff from people that really don't know you?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, it's going to start now. Have a great day.
Bye.
See you later. Man, I was
Then
hoping
what
he'd
was
get
it
that
about?
one. All right, so it's this kid, and his dream is to always play football and go to Notre Dame, right?
Okay,
He
like a
doesn't
lot
whine-
of people.
No, he doesn't whine about it, right? He can't even get into Notre Dame, so he's got to go to Notre Dame's JUCO. Right?
Okay.
And then he's got to make some money and then get his grades up so he gets into Notre Dame and he walks on to the football team knowing he's never going to make it and does everything he has to do. And then in his final game as a senior, they get him a chance to get in. And on the final play, and this isn't really how the real story goes, but for the movie, he gets a sack on his final play and they carry him off. And Rudy is this kid that worked so hard to get one chance. It's a story about adversity and overcoming. God, you are one of the most soulless humans I've ever met.
It doesn't impress me. But you can join me out with the real Rudy at the dealership down the street, 11 to 2 today.
This is somebody whose life has been encompassed by knowing all about the most soulless humans on the planet, the Kardashians, and their takeover.
You better shut your mouth.
You don't shut your mouth when you're talking to me. When you don't know one of the greatest stories of triumph over adversity.
But you just said that's not really how it went, so it's just a movie.
But the movie is a story about triumphing over adversity. And you don't care about that at all. You are soulless.
Of course you'd be so into this with your height disability there.
This is what you're going to talk. Oh, my God.
Put me in, coach. It's so sad.
I wish when I was playing ball, you would have been on the other side.
I wish
so hard I could have just one running chance. Imagine being charged more for dinner because you brought your kids with.
So we had met a business owner, and she was okay with us talking about this and giving our opinion. And let me pull up some of the details because I wrote them down. So what is happening with her and her business partners? They're not quite agreeing on who should be able to dine. And they were saying, they're bringing this fine dining experience to downtown, and it's what people are needing right now. Maybe a finer dining experience, another alternative for date night.
You need one right now?
I like a good variety of fine dining.
I don't want to dress up at all. I just want to wear a pair of shorts.
Well, you
and a
kind
t-shirt.
of would. You would have to. But one thing that they're not agreeing on is should children be allowed to enter?
This is
fine dine too.
Am I the only one that thinks this is absolutely ludicrous?
I think if you're going to pay what they're asking you to pay on the menu, they're going to have some high-priced items, things that will be shipped in that day. This is something that the area has not seen before.
Me. I'm more of a cheeseburger kind of guy.
Then go to a 7 West, that get a delicious cheeseburger there, because they're going to have some Wagyu steak on the menu, stuff like that. I mean, do you really want a snotty-nosed kid sitting in a high chair next to you screaming, throwing breadsticks on the ground? I don't know if I'd want that. I think it's okay to not bring your kid to these places.
As a way to deter people from bringing their children with them to dinner and spending more money, they're going to say you got to pay extra, there's a kid tax.
Yeah. So what she's saying is listen to her business partner. If we are going to allow kids, we got to tax the families a little bit more. So what do you think about a child surcharge? Do you side with her? Do you side with her partner? Her partner thinks anybody should be able to come and eat at their restaurant. So I don't know. We've always brought Liam out to eat because I feel like I want him to know what the expectations are. You don't throw stuff. You don't scream.
He never cried because he didn't have enough crayons. He never once did that.
I think maybe a couple of
course he did. Every kid does.
He did, but he was very well behaved. And I think when you set those expectations of eating out, then they'll know how to act. So maybe bring them to a different restaurant.
So your son is well behaved. You'd be willing to pay another $12 in tax?
But what's a child?
To take him with you?
What's a child? He's 10 now. He's double digits. Could he dine there?
I think children are 12 and under.
I guess that's what I do.
That's the way I look at kids.
12 and under? Okay. I don't know. Would you be okay with an extra child surcharge just so your kids could have a fine dining experience? Or do you not need to bring them somewhere like that?
Would it be worth it to you to go to this place to know that there aren't going to be any screaming or crying kids?
I think
Would you go there more often knowing that there weren't going to be kids coloring on the tablecloth?
There are certain environments. What do we think about when we book for the Party Plane of Paradise? We did go to an all-family resort.
You're right.
It was weird. I didn't enjoy it. I like to be able to act a fool.
That's a good angle.
And not have to. I remember sitting next to a mom that had her baby covered up, she created this tent, and then she was like, shh, shh. I'm like, you're next to the party pool. I just had 4 margaritas.
I'm about to get crunk.
Exactly. So I think you need to know your audience. I don't have trust issues. I have a personal space issue. It took a lot for me to get into the hugging mode when I met my husband and his family, who hug all the time. After every gift unwrapped at Christmas, you hug somebody that gave you the gift. It's a lot of hugs.
Can't just say thanks from across the room.
Nope.
Wow.
You can't. You have to have that physical connection. And I'm just like, I love you guys.
Can't even knuckle up with the brother-in-law or anything?
No.
Jeez.
Everyone hugs. It's a lot. But I There's a reason why I don't live in my hometown, because everybody that I'm related to lives within 2 or 3 blocks. Like my mom lives within 3 minutes of my sister, 5 minutes of my brother. My older brother lives like 15 minutes away. All my cousins, all my aunts. I remember one time my cousin Anna, she was like, never again. We're locking the doors and we can't do the pop-in situation anymore. She was breastfeeding. She had just had her daughter Macy, and so she was like,
she's sitting on the couch with one out and somebody just popped in.
When you're living that breastfeeding life, you very rarely wear a shirt because you're just like, whatever, we gotta be ready for feeding at any time. You walk around shirtless. Do you not think that that's true? Why'd you do that with your eyebrows?
I guess I didn't know that.
Now you know. Don't pop into a new mom's house.
You're telling me if I go over to a new mom's house, there's a better than not chance that she's just going to be shirtless?
Yes, absolutely. Super comfy underwear.
You bought the ones with the buttons. So you could just...
No, just easy access. So her dad walks in, my dad's brother. My uncle walks in the back door with his friend, and she's just, and she's like, get out! And I said, Anna, right there is why I don't live in town, because it would just happen all the time. And then I was talking to my mother-in-law, and she was like, oh, someone just walked in my house. Let me go see who it is. And it was our neighbor, Heidi, whom she's known for decades. They've lived next to each other. So I guess they've developed that rapport, but I'm a knocker. You gotta knock at my door and I'll let you in. So who is in your life allowed to just show up unannounced at your house and walk in the door?
At any given hour of any given day, my son has a list of about 20 of his friends that will just come in.
Have you ever found yourself in the position where you go downstairs and your son's not home, but his friends are there?
Oh, yeah, all the time. That's happened where we're like, oh, no, he and some other guys ran to get some food or something else like that. But here's the weirdest. So, like, we have the ring system. So anytime one of the doors gets open, you hear this little ding, ding, right, from our kitchen. And I remember I'm sitting there one day. This is like a Saturday, and I thought I was the only one home.
Yeah.
And my son had come back from college. Didn't come through, the front door, or else I had maybe fell asleep. I was watching like a baseball game on the couch.
Yeah.
Had like a cold beer, watching baseball, leftover pizza, living my life. And all of a sudden, one of his friends is standing there. Oh, hey, JJ. I'll go, Jesus, Brian, what happened?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, well, I was just coming over. I was going to see if Peyton was here. I go, did you call? Well, yeah, I texted him. He said he was downstairs. He had gone downstairs. Peyton was sleeping at another level of our house. So this kid had come through my downstairs door, couldn't find my son, came upstairs to wake me to let me know that he had basically broken into my home.
Yeah.
And I hadn't known about it. And this happens all the time. But most of our neighbors just come in. They'll come in and they'll go, hello.
Nope. Bye.
That'll wig you out.
Yep. Not living that way.
Hannah, the person you trust the most, they can come on in. You wouldn't even bother. Who is it?
Her name's Erin, and she's been like my rock through this.
Wonderful. So it's kind of like your casa as her casa.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if you woke up this morning and Erin was already making coffee, it wouldn't shake you at all?
No, she's been my rock through all this.
Okay, so here's what I want to do real quick. Let's open this up. If you could just give us one name of somebody who is completely allowed to come in your home at any time, what would your one name be? You got Kat and JJ up in the playhouse. How's Paige doing today?
Good.
We were talking about, people that are just allowed to come into your house at any moment. Kat said she's on the phone with her mother-in-law, and she goes, looks like Karen just walked in. Like, and to some people, if you have a little bit of a sheltered life, I think, or maybe you just don't have a whole bunch of those people in your life that can come into your home at any given time.
Maybe because I lived that life before. Like when I lived with my parents, all of our relatives, they would just walk in the house. My dad's friends would just walk in the house and, oh, hey, Dave. Oh, hey, Bill. And I didn't feel comfortable with that. Now I can control my life.
At any given time during my adolescence, I could walk out to our garage and one of my dad's special forces buddies would be sleeping on a cot.
Oh.
That was a thing. Just like they would just come by. We're going to see Gary.
Like eluding.
I don't think they were eluding. I think sometimes when you come back from Vietnam, people weren't the nicest to you. And I think a lot of families fell apart after that stuff. But we're finding out that, Paige, you're the person that just barges in no matter what.
Yeah, I have a key to my mom's house, and I work overnight, so I'll just be there in the morning when she gets up eating her leftovers.
So wait, you have a residence of your own?
Yeah.
But sometimes when you get off work, you just go to mom's to eat her food still.
Yeah.
And,
I do that at my mom and dad's. I'll just walk in. That's your mom and dad. And you're given a key. So that's almost like an invite to come whenever you want.
Now, have you ever walked in on a peculiar situation at mom's house that you shouldn't have maybe walked in on?
No.
You have.
No, I think I remember.
Mom wasn't taking like a naked poop or anything?
I mean, who doesn't?
Radio Paparazzi.
Ed Sheeran was the one pouring Beyonce a drink.
Jay-Z and Beyonce had come to watch the show, and then they came here after, and we just had a jam playing folk songs.
And Jay-Z and Beyonce were at that session?
Yeah, and I gave her a Jaeger bomb.
You gave her a Jaeger bomb?
Yeah, she'd never had a Jaeger bomb. I don't think she'd probably have had a Jaeger bomb since either.
Listen, you made it when you find yourself singing folk songs with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and she goes, Ed, let's do a Yag bomb.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Raise your hand if you have only ever had one Yag bomb. This girl. That's awful.
Really?
Oh, my God. Gross. All right. So Oprah Winfrey wants to set the record straight. Before Britney did that 22-minute rant that was since deleted, but we aired all of it yesterday. She said that she was doing that because she didn't want to stoop to the level where she got paid for her interviews. Oprah says, honey, I didn't offer you any money. I don't pay people to do interviews. I'm Oprah. She didn't even pay Meghan and Harry. They did it on their own. So, therefore, she was not going to get paid. Okay, here we go. Young Gravy. We were just talking about him. He is dating and made their red carpet debut on the VMAs with Addison Rae's mom, Sherry Easterling. They are now a couple, which is so funny, which is why he raves about MILFs all the time. But not surprising, her ex and Addison's dad, Marty, he has since posted a shirtless selfie thanking Gravy for taking his leftovers.
Dang.
What a jerk. Why do guys talk like that? That's so gross. But he also posted one that said, "Run, white boy, run." Could it be taken as a threat? I don't think Gravy is threatened at all.
Any guy that's posting a shirtless photo, you kind of already know what kind of guy he is.
Yeah. Blowing out their candles today. BB Rexa is 33. One of my first crushes. I remember I was single digits. Michael Chiklis as the commish.
Shut up.
My mom would watch, and I was like, God, he's so hot. He was bald head. Looks so good. 59, and Cameron Diaz is 50.
I hesitated to bring this onto the show because I know, Kat, you're going to find fault in this.
No,
and
I love this stuff.
I've never been a giant believer in that people from the grave will penetrate your dreams and give you guidance. It's not my thing. But this one had me shook for a while yesterday. So I get home and I don't know, there was like an hour in my day. There was like a hole like of an hour and I didn't have something to do. So I looked at my wife, who's working from home, and I said, hey, I'm going to take a quick nap. And usually I don't try and get naps in like this early in the week because I don't feel like I need them. So I go upstairs, I jump under the covers, and usually like if I'm going to take a nap, I dark the room, I turn on my little sound machine that's got like some white noise, and I try and really bury myself into a quick nap, right? I set an alarm for like an hour, and it made me spring up. And I was a little bit scared. So I lost my dad 8-9 years ago. And it was my dad in a dream telling me, get up. You don't need sleep. And then here was the other part. Like, I've been stressing really, really bad about this broken neck thing, right?
Yeah.
And I've got an x-ray coming up tomorrow where they'll tell me whether or not I've got to get my neck fused and go through this surgery, or if I just got lucky and it's going to heal okay. And the other thing, like right as he's telling me to get up, he goes, don't do it. And I say, and it's so clear, I'm looking right at him, and I'm seeing this from like a distance. I'm looking right at him, and he goes, do not let them cut you open.
Wow.
And I sprung up right away. He's telling me, you don't need this rest. Get up and do something. Mm-hmm. And so immediately, and it was a little bit foggy in my head. I get up, and I go to work out, and I'm about 25 minutes into my bike ride. And then I just, it hit me like this whole dream. I saw it second for second. My dad told me, get up. You don't need a nap. Get up and move. And then don't let them cut you open.
Okay, I wouldn't listen to the first part of that because I love napping. But the second part, the way that they have to do this surgery, this is our show. This is our
Right.
job, and you don't know what could happen. They go through the front. They go through your neck.
Yeah, so they have to move like your vocal cords
Yes.
and your esophagus and stuff like that, which obviously will be some, well, your body gets some trauma, so I'll have to sit the show out a little bit because I've always said I can do this show in traction. And the weird part is for years I could break my neck and do this show. And then I did and did the show. And I've been just stressing about it. Like if they do suggest I get surgery, do I do it now or do I wait till I'm in like my 50s or 60s or something like that? And it was clear as day. I didn't even tell my wife about this because I told her, hey, my dad was in my dream yesterday, a couple minutes ago, and he told me to get up and get on the bike.
Yeah.
Like get up and work out. And just, what do I believe? One of the best surgeons in the region, or
Do you believe Psychic Kim?
My dead father?
Psychic Kim said you should get it done, but your future does change. Your future can change.
Have you ever had somebody like this? It shook me. Both my parents have passed. I have friends that have died, but I've never had anybody come to me in a dream with like direct.
Yeah. Orders.
It was clear. And it wasn't like hey, I don't feel, he goes, don't let them cut you open.
I agree with him.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm short of breath talking about it right now. It shook me. I was just, have you ever had that kind of experience where somebody's come to you from the grave and giving you like advice?
No.
It wigged me out because it's likely.
Because I would remember and I would take it. If it seemed like it would affect my life and it was something that was happening, I would probably listen.
More than likely, this will be counter to what a renowned surgeon and doctor will tell me in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
What do?
You get a second and third opinion. Your dad wasn't a doctor.
I wait for my mom to come to me from the grave. I mean, what do I do at this point?
I don't know.
It shook me like to my core. I sat there my heart rate's up. I'm halfway through this workout, and I remember it bit for bit.
I believe that.
And then I even tried to doubt myself, going, maybe I just remembered that wrong. I was in a dream, right? You can remember whatever you want from your dream. Maybe it was selective memory. I just remember the timeline. So it was like, get up. And by the way, do not let them cut you open.
You never know, though, when you'll be in a position where you are jolted. Hopefully nothing terrible happens because you didn't get the surgery.
Right.
Like, what if someone comes up from behind you and scares you and grabs your shoulders and does like a rah, rah, and then it shakes your neck and then you're dead? Like, stuff like that could happen.
That's going to happen. It's not that unstable.
Amy said that her stepdad passed 9 years ago. She was devastated. Major depression kicked in. About 6 months later, he came to her in a dream and said, put on your big girl panties and deal with it. Amy, it's so true. Like, our loved ones would not want us to sit there and go into that deep state of depression. I know that it's natural to miss somebody and be very sad. And I'm saying this because I've never lost like a super close loved one. I don't know how I'm going to react to that, but they don't want you to do that.
With Amy's situation, if one of your coworkers would have said, hey, put your big girl panties on, quit being depressed, you'd have been like, quit being a jerk.
Yeah.
Like, have some empathy. But if somebody comes from beyond the grave.
The person that you're mourning.
Right.
To.
And they tell you, hey, enough. You go, oh, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
It's very, very weird.
Let's begin now.
Well, let's go. I know your day's already starting better because you didn't spill your coffee all over the place.
Oh, my God. Already 100% better.
Did that set just a horrible tone for yesterday or what?
Everywhere I went, I had to apologize. Before I even walked in the door at Midwest Clinic, I go, don't look at my pants. And then I walked in and I was covered in coffee. I need to start keeping a spare pair of pants here. Like Derek does with underwear. I got to keep a spare pair.
More better day today?
Yeah, I'm excited for the day. Going to go, we have our ratings fiesta. And then I'm going to go bring Grandma and Grandpa their 6-inch sub to split because they have small old people bellies. And
split a 6-inch sub?
They are. And then they'll both rub their stomach like, oof. Thank you so much. What a treat.
Do you imagine you'll ever get there?
I don't know.
I can't ever imagine.
Every old person does.
No, I don't think so.
Do you know an old person that could go to a buffet and have more than a half a plate? No.
I guess I don't, but I can't imagine ever being full after 3 inches of Subway.
No, they share like a McRib. They'll share that, and that's like that's their meal that day. And then,
Is that why old people die with so much money? Because they spend nothing on food?
Probably.
I just can't. I mean, man, like...
But they have so much food. Like if you go in their fridge and then they have even like a spare fridge, I'm like, what? You guys are stocked.
I'm thinking back to
century.
Before I broke my neck when I would work out every day, like I'm having at least one chicken breast and 2 cups of rice and a veggie that's for lunch, and then I'm having a full-ass dinner.
Yeah.
I can't imagine just eating a little bit of a sub and having that hold me. That's why, you know what? Maybe it is something about when your body starts, deteriorating and you get old, you get osteoporosis and everything, like you lose muscle mass.
You don't have an appetite.
Maybe it is because of you're not eating enough.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe if your grandpa ate a whole 12-inch sub today, he'd be jacked again.
I just love after every bite, they always go, oh, what a treat. oh, this is so good. Oh, what a treat. I'm like, you guys got to get out more. Subway's a block away from your house. The National Weather Service says Minnesota's agriculture sector is going to avoid any significant negative consequences from this year's drought, which is great news. Farmers do not need to deal with anything unnecessary after a few years of a lot of uncertainty. So experts say a warm, dry September would be a welcome for harvesters to rev up and get ready in the field. So ID checks for whipped cream now are rolling out at stores in New York, and people had no idea.
No, I was completely unaware of that.
Did not know that. I think it's a bit extreme because I feel like the amount of people using whipped cream for whipped cream purposes is a lot bigger than people using it for that reason. So, and especially like kids, if they like it with like ice cream and stuff.
They were seeing these canisters, like 25 or so, in the street, these teenagers, mostly younger, 13, 14, popping them and sucking out the nitrous oxide for a quick high.
Well, now, this isn't like the whipped cream that you buy on the store shelves. These are the little canisters. Like, so I worked at a Haagen-Dazs shop, and we had the little canisters. You screw them into the whipped cream machine. What you do is you pour heavy cream into a bottle, like a big white bottle, right? It's insulated. And then you screw these in, and it adds the pressure. But we had one guy these were going missing, and one guy was whiffing them.
Yeah.
In the back hallway, and he got caught, and they had to fire him. But they're like little bullet-sized containers. They are almost like a shot glass size.
Well, now you have to be over 21 to purchase. So you have to be of legal drinking age to buy.
Well, the only people that are buying them now are, unless you own a place that does high-end whipped cream or Junkies.
I know. What a weird way to get high.
I think a lot of people have these for residential use.
So fewer Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. I think that is great news. And I think we learned a lot, too, with the pandemic. You don't know what the future holds, and you don't want to be in that position where you don't have any money. And what if the government doesn't give you stimulus checks? So 59% of adults felt like they were stretched too thin, and they are planning to save even more every single month for whatever the future holds, which is awesome. Madison County, Alabama Sheriff's Deputy Casey Thrower left his car door open. You don't do that when there are goats around.
Get out of there. Are you kidding me? Get out. There's nothing to eat in there. Don't eat that. Come on. Come on. Quit eating that. Get out of here.
So he had to deliver these legal documents to a residence, and they chewed them all up.
Sorry, Your Honor. I wasn't able to serve that warrant because the goat ate it.
Like, my bad. Or was that a sheep? Both are delicious.
What's trending?
NASA, like the astronauts that drilled in Armageddon, they plan to crash a spaceship into an asteroid next month, and it's going to be called the DART. And so it is going to crash into an asteroid going 15,000 miles per hour.
Is that what they're launching this morning?
I keep seeing the next month.
Oh, I keep seeing that. Well, I think it takes a month to get up there and moving. Like to where an asteroid would be right now, I think it takes a month to get there.
6.8 million miles from Earth.
Yeah, I think it would take a month to travel that far.
Costs $325 million. What if it doesn't work?
Well, I don't think we're in danger. I think they're experimenting to see, like, if this is the way we could really Deflect an
How
asteroid.
interesting.
Yeah, I think it's an experiment.
All right. Maybe this is too. You remember this guy.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here. We got your T-shirt. You done left fingerprints and all. You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real. You don't have to come and confess that you did it. We're looking for you. We gonna find you. I'm letting you know now. So you can run and tell that, homeboy.
You are so dumb.
What was his name?
Antoine Dodson. He was my favorite because he had it. He was fed up with this person terrorizing his neighborhood, and he wanted everyone to rise up and catch this guy. So,
did they ever?
You know what? I don't know. But I will try some of this to support him. Run and Tell That beer is going to hit store shelves on September 24th.
He has his own beer line now.
Run and Tell That. So hide your kids, hide your wives, go get your Run and Tell That beer and tell me how it goes. All right, so not sure who this is going to affect, but Nissan will no longer make the Maxima after 2023. So the company is switching to electric vehicles, plans to produce other sedans. So go find a different one. And that is what's trending.
How's Aaron feeling?
Wonderful for a Tuesday.
Yeah, what you doing right now? Sounds like you're on the road.
I'm driving to work.
Are your kiddos back to school yet?
Next week.
Oh, wow.
How excited
Is it
are
weird
you?
that my son's back to school today? Is that odd? Or is it usually, are most schools after Labor Day still?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, didn't Minneapolis start already like a week ago, week or two ago?
Oh, I'm so happy he's back to school today.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I get to go home to a sane house. Aaron, here we go. Your chance of winning $100 and qualifying for, there's just today and tomorrow yet to do this. And somebody's going to grab $100. I had to, kind of give you the hint that it has to do with smelling good. So 1 in 5 of us, 20% of people, have tried to make themselves smell better by rubbing this all over themselves. And I'll give you a hint. It is not lotion. We rub what all over ourselves, 1 in 5 of us, to make ourselves smell better? You get one guess.
Deodorant.
No. Do you know that Kat on routine will come in here and not have deodorant on, and she has never made the adjustment as to bring some with her?
What a lie. I have one in my purse and one in my console in my car.
It'll be close to noon, and she'll go, did you notice? I didn't have deodorant on today.
No.
And I'll be like, yeah, I noticed.
My coworker does that, too.
Oh, my God. I hardly ever forget. This guy's so dramatic.
How do you not do that? Have a great day at work today, Aaron.
Thank you. You
Take
too.
care. Sybil, you got it together yet?
Yeah, I am not dying anymore.
Okay.
I'm breathing.
You guys,
All right.
we answered the phone, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to take 2 today. And I answered line 2, and all I heard was, I'm dying. I thought I was going to have to put her on hold and dial 911. What happened?
I'm sucking on a cough drop, and I inhale.
That'll do it.
Yeah. You think
That's all. It doesn't feel good in the lungs.
For sure.
Go ahead.
we're going to be all right, though? We can proceed?
Yeah.
All right. 1 in 5 of us have rubbed this all over our body. It's not lotion. It's not deodorant. Try to make ourselves feel better by rubbing what all over ourselves, Sybil?
Perfume.
Well, is it a car freshener?
Oh, like a Tommy Boy? Oh, you got a laugh out of Sybil this morning.
Mic drop. I'm done for the day. All right.
No. Wow. You're really not that far off with the car freshener, though. I'll give you a hint. You have probably a box of 100 of these at home.
Essential oils.
You have a box of 100 essential oils at home?
I do. I know what you're talking about. A dryer sheet.
There it is, dryer sheet.
There it is.
Dryer sheets would have got you qualified for the $100, Sybil, but instead we have to send you back to your...
I know the answer.
Yeah, your deadly cough drops now.
Deadly.
All right.
We gotta go.
I feel like I should leave.
Inhale and
Right.
It work.
We'll talk to you later, girl. All right. See ya.
Take care of you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Kat, what great American feat took place 12 years ago today?
I don't know. I don't know. What?
Think of the date. August 30th, 2010.
had a vasectomy?
No.
Okay. Do it again.
August 30th, 2010 was the night
you got your GED.
I went 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs in the Twins River Bats alumni game.
How could I have forgotten? Think about it so much.
Yeah.
Do you have that written somewhere? Like,
came up on my Facebook memories from my friend Brandon, who was playing second base. I played first base for the first time my entire life that night.
Yeah.
Pretty much killed it.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.